Well, hello everyone, Jerry here. Hey, I'm going to take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes here and just sort of share the group cruise that I'm putting together for November 21st, 2026 on the Paul Gauguin. Currently, there's 25 of us going. I will accept a few more people, but probably not too many more, okay? I don't like a group getting bigger than 30. But let me share again what we're going to be doing. And this is the 11-night Cook Islands, Society Islands itinerary, 11 nights aboard the MS Paul Gauguin. And you can see here's the flyer here for page one, and just a couple of things I want to point out here. Here's the dates, of course. Here's the itinerary and so forth. Here's all the detail a little bit here, how to contact me if this sounds interesting to you. I want you to notice the starting price here, and then go look it up on the internet. My starting point for my group price is $57.50 per person. Now, obviously, it goes up there if you're wanting a balcony and things like that, but the starting price is $57.50. Also, I'm giving $250 of onboard credit per person. And another little goodie here, if you're a loyalty member to PG, your loyalty discount will come off the prices I'm showing here. And one last thing, if you're a single person, I picked this cruise. One of the main reasons I did was there was no single supplement fees. Okay, enough said on that. Let's go to page 2 here just so you can sort of see again about it. Here it is, the ship and so forth. And these are some private amenities here. These are private excursions I've set up just for my group. And we will do something on Wahine here. And I've asked to do the full day excursion here. Even though this one says the half day, it will be the full day. And so we will do out there for lunch and everything else on Mark's Motu and so forth. And then when we go to Atutaki, we'll be with my vendor there and going out for the full day on the lagoon, including a barbecue lunch and, of course, a basic bar. And then when we get to Bora Bora, we'll be with my vendor here. And again, it shows everything and so forth of what you're going to get and what we're going to do. Again, these are private excursions just for my group. And then when we get over to Maria, I have it set up for a half day on a 4x4 tour going up to the Belvedere and the pineapple fields and up to Magic Mountain. Okay, so again a little bit, and these you can go back and look at these and so forth. But the main thing is my group pricing right now is about 18 to 20% less than online. And of course, then you're getting some onboard credit and some other amenities as well. So let's move on. Now, these pictures are not in any particular order, but these are all from the past pictures I've done on this particular itinerary. So you're going to get to see what we're going to enjoy. And everyone you're seeing in here was with me from prior groups. This is One Foot Island on the island of Atutaki, and again, look at that. This is a famous scene right here, and a lot of people love taking pictures right here. It's just so stunning. This is actually on One Foot Island, or Motu, on the island of Atutaki. And this is Rarotonga here, and this is the main port right here. This is where we tender into and so forth. I took this while I was sitting on the ship. And of course, this is Motu Mahana. And Paul Gauguin used this particular, let me make these pictures a little bit bigger here. Just, let's go up here just a little bit here and then make it large. These particular pictures here, all of these I've taken myself. And so I've experienced it. You're seeing what I took. I've been there. By the way, 35 trips to French Polynesia, 22 by small cruise ship, 17 aboard the Paul Gauguin. So I know this ship well. I know these islands well. This is another reason why you want to go with me. I plan everything for my group. I am a travel advisor. You have to book these through me for this type of pricing and so forth, and to be able to do these private group excursions. Anyhow, this is Motu Mahana. And again, this particular picture was used by Paul Gauguin a lot on their social media and brochures and so forth. And this is the famous floating bar on Motu Mahana. This is Atutaki again. This is my vendor's barbecue going on his private motu. He owns the entire motu, and it's just for my group for the day. And fried bananas. This is mahi mahi, chicken, taro chips, homemade taro chips, and everything else. A little bit of everything there. This is me and Zell on Rarotonga at Wigmore's Waterfall. And this is accessible to you. Doesn't cost anything to go there. You can park within, a couple hundred yards of the waterfall and then walk up the trail to the waterfall. This is a picture I use quite often. It's one of my favorite. This was taken on the island of Taha, and we are 13 miles away from Mount Otumano on Bora Bora. And I just caught the sunset correctly as the ship was departing from Motu Mahana, and our next stop, of course, would have been Bora Bora. This is taken on board deck 9 on the Paul Gauguin as we're going from Rarotonga back to Bora Bora, and this is the sunset right here. So back here somewhere is Rarotonga. Beautiful. I love the colorful skies in the South Pacific. Again, this is another beautiful picture here, taken 13 miles away from the Laguna Taha. That is a real rainbow. I took this myself. And again, everything you're seeing here is stuff I've taken myself, okay? So again, this is stuff that I'm taking off the internet and packaging it up and showing it to you. This is stuff I've actually done myself. This is the Laguna Bora Bora here. Paul Gauguin sits in the background on the left. Look at the different hues and the shades of the color of the water of the lagoon of Bora Bora. This is one of the Gauguins, and he's blowing the conch. Yes, girls, the guys really look like that. Beautiful picture, one of my favorite. Here's the tender right here. We call them beachers. This is the private motu for Paul Gauguin on Bora Bora. And again, if you're on board the Paul Gauguin, you get to enjoy this. And it's just a wonderful place to enjoy for an hour or two. And with the beautiful backdrop there. This is where the picture was taken for all the brochures like 30 years ago when you go to a travel advisor and they give you a brochure and it'd be, of course, on the front, Bora Bora. This is where the picture was usually taken from for Mount Otumano. We are at the Sofitel Coral Gardens right here, and this is Papa. Papa is 68 years old. Up here is a part of my group right here, and he's going to feed this eel right here. I call him George the Eel, and it's quite the show. Everyone's got their GoPros out and everything else. Just a lot of fun here. This is heading into Motu Mahana. There's the beacher again, and Motu Mahana there. I took this from the ship. Here it is, Motu Mahana. Everyone having a great time. Lots of shade here. This is where the barbecue is, and over here is the bar, and then there's a floating bar running around here somewhere, which we'll see here shortly, I'm sure. Here's the Gauguins, and waltzing us with music and dance as the beachers come in and you're arriving at Motu Mahana. The Paul Gauguin sits in the background. This was taken at the Drift Snorkel on Taha, and this was taken with a 50-50 dome with a GoPro. Nothing fancy, again, but look at the setting here. Beautiful fish, beautiful coral, and the backdrop here, just gorgeous. This is taken on the island of Moorea in Cook's Bay. The tender's coming into the tender drop-off location, and of course the Paul Gauguin sitting in the background there. And no trip to Motu Mahana would be complete without a fufu drink. And give me 3, one of each flavor, please. Again, I was doing a little marketing pictures here. Again, for you that didn't know it, I used to do taking a lot of marketing material for the Paul Gauguin. That's one reason why I developed so many relationships with this cruise line over the years, which comes in handy when you're asking for a little favor. This is taken in Mopunupu Bay. Paul Gauguin sits in the background. It's from a cafe up on the hill where I enjoy going and getting a beer. One of the most reasonable spots to get a beer, too. Hainano Beer, the local draft of French Polynesia, $4 drafts. Can't beat that in French Polynesia. This is leaving the bay here in Moorea. And of course, it's a beautiful, beautiful backdrop there. And of course, the sad part about it is you know you're heading back to Tahiti from here, and the cruise is almost over. This again taken at the Taha drift snorkel again here. Look at the fish in there, then the coral. And look at the backdrop here. You can see the top of Mount Otumano on Bora Bora, 13 miles away. Doesn't get this much more stunning. If you have ever thought about the South Pacific and in your dreams you sort of imagine it, I'm sure it was something like this. It really does exist. And this is Mount Otumano on Bora Bora in the morning light. I'm up on deck. Of course, I love taking pictures at the as the sun's just coming up or the sun's just going down, which is the most saturation in the sky for colors and so forth. This is taken on Wahine. This is my vendor's barbecue location. This is what we will be enjoying right here. And look at that. If you ever imagine having your barbecue, Polynesian barbecue lunch as your feet are in the water under an umbrella. And this is where the feed is right here. This is all my group. My group was around 30 on this particular trip. Motumahana again, you can just so see all the coral heads in there and so forth. All the people just enjoying the coolness of the water. You can see the setup there with all the beautiful chairs and so forth with under beautiful palm trees. Beautiful. This was taken with my drone. By the way, you see this little guy right here at the end of the pier? That's me. This is the drift snorkel again on Taha. Look at the backdrop again, Mount Otumano, 13 miles away. Look at all the beautiful coral in there. Beautiful. This is part of my group getting ready to do the drift snorkel. Drift snorkel's easy. All you got to do is be able to guide yourself a little bit. You don't need to be the best swimmer. Just feel confident that you're able to navigate in the water to and fro a little bit so you don't run into some coral and things like that. But look at the coral in here. Look at the beautiful water. Beautiful. This is taken on the island of Moorea. This is up at the Belvedere. That's me and my better half. And yes, she is my better half. She's the reason why I've made 35 trips to paradise here. It was all because of her. I promised her when I asked her to marry me that I would take her every year to French Polynesia. So for 4 decades, we've been going to French Polynesia. This is Cook's Bay. This is Opunupu Bay right here. And yes, I took that with my drone. This is taken in the bay here, the tender going back to the Paul Gauguin. Again, another picture taken with my drone. I love taking my drone. And I love taking pictures of it with my group when we're running around. It gives another perspective that you don't normally get to see. This is taken at Hiti Iti Beach on Wahine. This is where a resort was right here. Was the premier resort in all of French Polynesia back in the day. It got taken out by a cyclone about 25 years ago, but it's a beautiful beach to bring my groups to. Just beautiful. And this is part of my group right here. I love this picture. It's one of my favorites. This, you can't really tell, really. It's a little hard to see right here, but she actually has an octopus in her hand. I call him Fred the octopus. Every octopus is called Fred. Fred was very cooperative. He knows the drill. He comes up, does a little cameo, and he knows he gets a nice treat. But look at the facial expression on her there. She's just having the time of her life here. This is taken from the location where we have a barbecue, Polynesian barbecue on the island of Bora Bora. This is one of my vendor's boats. We have 2 of them. And look at the stunning setting here. Just imagine enjoying a Polynesian barbecue lunch while you get to enjoy this view. Beautiful. Beautiful flowers in French Polynesia. It doesn't get much better than this. Absolutely beautiful. This is the drift snorkel on Wahine. This is my group in there. Real easy drift snorkel. Wahine is usually the first day of a cruise, and so everyone's a little tired. Maybe they did the red eye getting to French Polynesia and so forth. So this is really sort of nice because they get to enjoy this beautiful location here and just hop in the water. They don't need to swim. They just let the current take them. and they get to enjoy this. The coral's down about 10 to 15 feet, so you're never going to hit it. Just hop in the water and take in the show. This is taken on Atutaki on my vendor's motu. He owns the entire motu. When my group is there, we're the only ones there. And why this picture's sort of fun here is it's one of the few places in the South Pacific and some of these motus where this one actually had a bathroom. Hint, hint, bring some toilet paper with you just in case. And Mr. Crab. This was taken on Atutaki as well. Look at, I love the little eyes there and so forth. This is taken on Bora Bora. This is Papa again. Remember, Papa is 68 years old. And there's always a backstory which I enjoy looking at right here. The expression on her face like, what in the heck are they doing there? Because Papa's bringing the Ray in here so the girl can give the Ray a kiss. Great picture, huh? I love it. Here's Papa serenading us as we're circumnavigating the lagoon of Bora Bora. He's quite the entertainer, so not only does he hop in the water, he's the patriarch of this family of about 6 people. So the family is our sponsor, our host, and they just spoil my groups like crazy. Just love it. This is up on the bridge of the Paul Gauguin, part of my group here. And we had just come through the reef opening on Taha. And in the background, of course, what? Mount Otumano on Bora Bora. It's such a thrill being up in the bridge as you're going through the reef opening. It's really a thrill. Here we are again. Here's the front of the Paul Gauguin right here. Here's the famous church everyone likes taking pictures of. And, of course, Mount Otumano in the background. Just beautiful. This is inside the lagoon of Taha. And this is taken on Wahine. This is the tender drop-off location right here. Look at the colors. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Wahine is one of those islands a lot of people don't give much attention to, but it's actually a stunning island. Very, very, just a lot of flora and so forth like that. No big resorts here, so the people are just sweet and nice. And they're not tired of tourism and things like that. It's an island to really take in, and hopefully more people will give it a little bit more attention. This is my group getting in for the drift snorkel on Wahine. Look at them. They're all popping in there and getting ready. Beautiful. Just beautiful. This is one of the better snorkeling locations on Wahine. And again, great coral heads in here. Lots of colorful fish. In the background right here, this is the island of Raiatea, probably around 15, 20 miles away. This is leaving Wahine, and we're just finished for the day and heading out and going to be heading for Atutaki from here. This has been nicknamed Obama Motu, simply because years ago, President Obama rented this for the entire day for his family just to enjoy. So the locals now call it Motu Obama. This is my vendor here on his motu, and he's sort of telling us what the drill is for lunch and so forth. And he always has lots of goodies for us and lots of things for a basic bar setup: beer, soda, water, and some great rum punch. And remember, the Cook Islands are connected with New Zealand, so the beer of choice here is going to be Foster's. These are our 3 boats we had for our group, and we're hopping in there after lunch, and we're getting ready to head over to One Foot Island. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Again, this is my group. This is the entire group right here, about 30 of us, hopping into the boats and going to be heading over to One Foot Island. Just beautiful. Here we are at One Foot Island, and we're just getting ready to leave. We had 2 boats, actually 3 boats on this trip, that's right. But here's a good about half the group right here. And we're just leaving One Foot Island, again, heading back to the tender drop-off on the island of Atutaki. This is my group right here, about 30 of us. And there's me and my better half, and she is my better half. And just had a lovely time here. This is taken in one of the bays in Moorea. but I always like getting a good group picture here. By the way, what we're doing right here, the last night, we usually have a cocktail party. So everyone has their cocktails here or their champagne and everything else. And I always like taking a good group shot. And typically we do this during the cocktail hour that's private just for our group again. It's taking in Morea again. I love the waves, excuse me, the clouds as they're rolling over the hills. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Again, leaving Morea, heading back to Tahiti. Just stunning and beautiful. Don't you anticipate King Kong going to jump out from around one of those big peaks right there? That's what I thought the first time I came to Morea, and I still imagine it every time I go. I still think King Kong's going to jump out from around one of the corners here. And here's the Intercontinental Resort on Tahiti. It is my favorite resort, an actual resort now on the island of Tahiti. Now, there's the Manava, and there's the Pearl, and there's the Hilton, and then, of course, there's the Intercontinental here. The Intercontinental is my favorite for a couple of reasons. It's the most Tahitian, the most Polynesian. And the other thing, it's only about a 20-minute walk to one of the largest shopping malls in French Polynesia. So we get to go down there and get our beer, get our crackers, get our chips, get our cheese and everything else, and bring it back to the resort in our room and so forth. So it's very handy. Look at that. And again, in the background right here, the sunset over the island of Morea. This is on board, again, the Paul Gauguin up in the bridge as we are leaving Wahine. Beautiful, beautiful skies again, those sunset colors. This is the backside of Motu Mahana, and the Paul Gauguin is sitting out there. This is a part of Motu Mahana very few people see. I like walking around and taking pictures and catching images of things that most people never get to experience. Just beautiful. This is on Wahine again. We always have entertainment with us. We're having our Polynesian lunch there on the Motu. And of course, look at the guys playing. Just a lovely time. Lovely time. This is part of my group again. We had already eaten lunch, and now we're just frolicking in the water and enjoying the afternoon here. Just beautiful. And I think that's the end of those pictures there. Let me close this down, and I'm going to show a couple of videos here just for fun. Here's a little promo video here. Whoop. Well, I hope you like that little show there. Let's see, I got another video I'm sure I can pop up here. The drift snorkel again. This is my group here enjoying the drift snorkel. You can see them all in the water there. Do they look like they're having fun? I recognize a lot of people there. It's not much longer. Hang in there. If that doesn't get you excited about going to French Polynesia with me, I don't know what will. And let's see here. So here's my better half entertaining us. We have a lot of fun in our group. And let's see, Papa again entertaining us. I could listen to him all day. And maybe one more here. This is a lot of fun. This is taken on the island of Atutaki with my vendor, and a little of what you would get to experience actually in the lagoon, in the water. That's me, by the way.
There's the big one right there. Jerry, when the big one comes straight to you, let the brake up. Safety. All right, big one? Yeah.
Way over there. Where were you at?
Oh, she might have arrived yet. Yeah. They're not doing it.
Maybe the dancing girl.
Well, that's what you're going to call it, yes. I'm glad everybody's been able to get in.
Sylvia. Come. Sylvia, look at the camera.
Oh, this is baby.
Look at the camera.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Who knew they like that? Good night.
Some great memories there.
Go get it, huh?
Hold the brake and keep it close to your chest. Yeah. Keep it close to your chest. Michael, keep it close to your chest. Not on your chest. There. Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Look at all the fish.
Closer to your chest, please. Swim close to the boat.
I got some good ones of it. Michael, I got good ones of it. Sorry.
And let me go back to the original here, just so you can see the info again here on the flyer. And there it is. So you can know how to get a hold of me right here. Here's my email address. There's my phone number and so forth. So if this sort of floats your boat, as we would say, give me a call and we'll talk about getting you hooked up with my group to go to Paradise. Now, again, this one is in November 21st through December 2nd, in 11 nights, the Society Islands and the Cook Islands of Tatutaki and Rarotonga. The itinerary's there. The price is right there, the starting price. You can see it. By the way, the starting price does include all the port taxes, too. Then, of course, we're going to be giving a loyalty discount if you're a past member of Paul Gauguin. And again, after your second cruise on the Paul Gauguin, you are entitled to your loyalty discounts. And of course, onboard credit that I'm handing off. And again, the planned private excursions. Again, lots of fun. Let's see here. There's all the private excursions I have planned again and so forth. So take a good look at it. Again, hopefully this didn't go too long. We've been going about 30 minutes here, but I wanted to make sure that you guys had a good take on the group cruise planned for November 21st of 2026 on the Paul Gauguin. You'll have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.